Okay, it's already 6 o'clock in the evening. Welcome everybody, and good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to TSAA-IELTS. First of all, I have to introduce myself. My name is Daniel Montesilio, and you can call me Danny. That's my nickname. Danny with an I, not a Y. I'm a little nonconformist, so please call me Danny for short. And I'm so happy to be able to see new faces one more time. If you guys must know, this is our 5th occasion to be able to conduct this kind of course with people from Christchurch, New Zealand. We began this endeavor with Trans, care of Miss June, April last year. And for the 5th occasion, I'm here seeing you guys in our new space here at Sydenham, and I welcome you all right? It's good to see also a number of people from outside the Philippines, because predominantly this is a Filipino group, right? We have Peter from Czech Republic. That's Fernando, right? From Brazil. We have Julius from the Philippines, yes. Okay, we have Rod. We have Eileen. I'm sorry, Enil, N first before the L. Maria.
Yes.
We have Rico. June, that's Elpidio. We're waiting for one more guy, his name is Joseph, and we have Miss Roby on this side. All right, this is a VIP seat, by the way. I'm just kidding. That's Roby, by the way. Now, guys, can we just share a little about ourselves? I'd like you to speak a little. You don't have to stay in the front and talk about something else. Just mention 2 important things. Number 1, talk about what you do, meaning your profession or your occupation. And I'd like you to mention how long you have been here in NZ. And third, I'd like you to mention why you're taking the IELTS. Why am I taking the IELTS? Okay, so maybe we'll start with the VIP table over here. No, go ahead, Roby. Please tell us something about yourself.
First.
Yeah. Ladies first also, yeah.
Hi, I'm Roby. Well, currently I don't work, but I'm a licensed accountant in the Philippines.
Okay.
I was a previous auditor in a private company, which is
Cool.
Emperador Distillers Inc. If you know the product, the brandy.
Yeah, they have like they bought like a huge
Yes,
distilling company here.
No, not here. It's in Europe. The Fundador.
The Fundador, yes,
Yes.
it's a popular brand. Yeah, sure.
Yes. I do work there, but I resigned last November and came here
Okay.
from November, and then I'll be staying here for 6 months, and then I'm planning to study here in Christchurch,
All right.
taking some diploma in accounting.
So that's your goal.
Yes.
You're taking the IELTS because you need to have a student visa,
Yes.
which requires naturally the IELTS. Okay, good. All right. So you're a CPA, Certified Public Accountant. Okay, good. Thanks for that, Roby. Rick.
Hi, good evening. I'm Rico from the Philippines. I work as a CNC machinist at the Bromley.
Okay.
I've been here for almost 8 months. Then I want to take IELTS to try my luck to apply in residency.
Sure. Yes. We always say to try our luck, right? Because it's always in the hands of the immigration officer, right? Even if we do comply with everything else, it still lies in their hands. So, a machinist, what kind of machine? What does it produce, Rick?
I run the CNC milling,
Okay.
which we do different kinds of works, metal works.
I see.
If whatever the customer wants us to do.
Like a fabricator, like
Yes.
a miller is like you produce different kinds of
Different kinds of things that
metal stuff. Yeah.
metal stuff that the customer want us
I
to
see.
do.
I see. So it's like a wide variety
Yes.
of metallic things. Okay.
Sometimes we do plastic.
Okay.
Depends on the customers.
Okay. Welcome, Rick. Thank you for that. How about you, June?
Hi, I'm Jun, and then I'm a carpenter, and
and an aluminum window installer as well. Yeah, I've been here for 4 years and 8 months.
He counted 4 years.
Yeah, and then yeah, I'm taking an IELTS because for my residency.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, thanks for that, June. We have a aluminum window installer, and what's the other one you said?
Carpenter.
A carpenter also. Yes, my grandfather's a carpenter also. He built like homes and good furniture.
Yeah.
Cool. How about you, LPG?
Good evening, everyone. I'm LPG Oberis from Cebu. I'm a builder.
Okay.
I am currently working with place construction, and I've been here for 2 years.
Okay.
The same reason why I'm taking the IELTS.
It's for
to
residency,
get a
hopefully.
residency here.
All right. Be able to live permanently here.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yes, Peter.
Yeah, I'm working like those two guys here. I'm builder.
Okay.
Like in detail, I'm also aluminum. I'm working in a company that makes aluminum windows.
Okay.
I do the finishing works. Been here for 2.5 years,
Okay.
and the reason is the same like everyone else. So
Okay.
it's residency.
Okay, you have your partner here also?
Yeah, I'm here with my wife. Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys have families, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
You have children here also? You have
No,
children, but yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks for that, Peter. Fernando.
Yeah, my name is Fernando. I'm here about 2 years,
Okay.
and I work in the construction. I put the new garage doors in the new home.
Like the automatic kind, like
Automatic,
move,
yeah.
moves up and down.
Motor
Click,
and
right?
yeah, the
Cool.
remote.
All right.
And I want to do the IELTS for apply for the residence.
Residency. Okay.
Yeah, I have a wife and 2 kids.
Yeah. So far, we haven't gotten like, I'm taking the IELTS because I just feel like so. It's always for that reason. Sure. Thanks for that, Fernando. Yes, Julius.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and my name is Julius. I'm from Cebu, Philippines, and I am a builder, particularly carpenter.
Cool.
And I've been here for 4 years now, and I'm taking the IELTS for the reason to stay here, hopefully, if I
Okay.
pass.
Cool.
And if granted, I'll be taking my family here.
So at the moment, you're living alone here.
Yes.
Okay, but of course you have friends, right?
Yes, friends.
You're very lonely in New Zealand. Yes. Yes, go ahead, sir. Let's
Hello,
go.
good evening. I'm Roderick Manguera from Tarlac, Philippines. I currently work as a builder and a gypsum installer.
Okay.
And I already 2.5 years here.
2.5.
And
Okay.
the reason for taking the IELTS is for residency.
Also for residency. Okay. So we have 2 more left here. Emil, yes.
Hi, I'm Emil Rosete. I live in Rizal, Manila. I'm here and 1 year and 2 months. I take IELTS for my residency
Okay.
because my husband is already residency.
Oh, so you are taking the dependent visa, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you don't need a high score like the rest of the gentlemen here should. Okay, good. Thanks for that, Emil. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm the last. Hi, I'm Maria Serenes Mendoza. I live. I have been just almost 2 years in this coming May, and now I work in the hotel as a housekeeper, and I'm taking IELTS for my residency, hopefully,
Okay.
so that my kids going here.
So will you be the principal applicant?
No, I just
You're
dependent.
the dependent.
My husband
your
is
husband.
already resident.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Hopefully.
That shouldn't be that difficult,
Yes.
hopefully. Alright? So cool. So it turns out that it's June who's been here for the longest time. 4 years, 8 months, he said. Did I get it right? Yes, going 5 already. Alright, and we are all here for the same purpose, but Roby, for study visa. Okay, well, the same thing. You need to get is 6.5, right? A 6.5, no score lower
5.
than 5. That's typically the case. But for the rest of you guys here, the gentlemen, 6.5 average, right? Okay. So we'll see what we can do about that, all right? Now just a little something about us so you know who we are exactly and what is TSAA-IELTS. Now, we are basically an IELTS course provider based in the Philippines, and we have been in the industry for the last 14 years already, okay? Our main branch is in Davao. It is like the Christchurch of New Zealand. It's like the third biggest city. It's also in the south of the Philippines. And we are operating in at least 5 locations, one of which is here in Christchurch. Now, we are known in the country for producing a lot of pastors in the IELTS, and hopefully you guys will add up to that statistic, all right? Besides that, we are also known to produce good students, or students getting a band 9, which is the highest in the IELTS. And in the case of those in Christchurch, we have produced a total of 33 pastors already. Let me show you guys an example of the scores we have gotten so far. We have had students getting an 8.5 so far here, and all the rest have gotten those scores. Those who need to get, those who got like 6 and 5.5s, those are dependent visa takers, like Miss Enil and Miss Marie here. And everybody else, of course, are for permanent residency. Now, a good number of our students haven't taken the test yet, but it's a good thing that you guys are aiming for a specific test date, and that is because we'd like you to keep that momentum going, keep your mind conditioned and prepare for the test. So if possible, aim to take the earliest exam schedule as much as you can, right? Now, just to give an idea about the people that come ahead of you, here is an example of our previous classes here with Christchurch, right? Now, we've had some bigger classes done, and that is at the Christchurch Community Center. If you know that, it's along, what's the Tuam Street, yes, it's on Tuam Street, and that used to be in our former office at Billy Avenue, and so you guys are our first users of this space over here, and so we are pretty excited to be able to do this for the first time here, okay? We have very good parking, unlike in the previous spot. You have to move your car like every 30 minutes or so. No, you won't do it here, luckily, especially in the evening, okay? So we have an addition here. You must be Joseph.
Yeah.
Okay, Joseph, can you please say something a little about yourself? You can just talk about, just these 3 things here. Add to that where you're from.
Well, I'm Irish. I'm living in New Zealand 5 years now. Work as a mechanical engineer.
Okay.
And I am here because I need to get a visa for Australia.
Oh, you
yeah,
do?
when
Okay.
immigrating to Australia.
I understand. No, you're a native English speaker. People they speak in English, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. It's my first time to be able to have an audience who's native in English. So you're taking this to migrate?
To migrate to Australia,
to Australia. All right, cool.
So I need an extra 10 points and I have to do it through an English test. And I haven't been in school in 17 years.
Yeah, I understand. As many of these guys are, you're not alone, Joseph. But may I know how or what score you need to get the 10 points for the language requirement?
I think it's like a 7.
A 7.
It's low anyway. Yeah, but I want to go as high as I can anyway.
Yeah, well, you're a native English speaker, so I think that's quite achievable from your end. All right, so Joseph, this is everybody. Everybody, that's Joseph. Okay, so guys, let's now talk about main business. Can we please go to that page where it says the program? Let's just have a quick overview of what we expect to happen in the days ahead. So we are at the moment on day 1, and we are doing IELTS listening and reading today. Now, in the next sessions, we will be allotting 2.5 hours, I understand, because you guys prefer to do it between 6 and 8:30 in the evening, I gather. So we will accordingly adjust our activities here, but our goal is to be able to cover these items all together. So I understand our sessions will run in the evenings, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we will have a PM session on Saturday. That's from 1 to 4, I understand. Okay, so we will therefore cover at least 12 hours during the first week. Now, if you take a look at our program here, we will be covering listening and reading today, writing and speaking on Wednesday, another listening and reading input on Friday, and another writing and speaking on Saturday. On day 5, that's Monday next week, we will have our first mock tests, okay? Presumably after the first 4 sessions, you should have known what you should, be preparing for the 4 subtests. So on day 5, you'll be working on your own. You'll be answering independently, so you have a good idea about how you fare if that were the actual test. We'll be using, by the way, real test materials, so look forward to that. It's going to be on Monday next week, okay? And then thereafter, we'll resume to our interchange between listening, reading, writing, and speaking, and then end our sessions, of course, with the remedial sessions. You understand? We had 12 extra hours for that. So this is on top of what we're getting between days 1 and 10. So therefore, look forward to extra 12 hours for that. We will go through these schedules as we move along, okay? Now, let's first have a good overview of what the IELTS is. And for that, let's take a look at the wall here and have a good idea of what kind of test we're getting into. Now, first of all, guys, the IELTS is an acronym that stands for the following words. It is actually just one of the many testing systems out there that are used to assess our proficiency in English. But from among these testing systems, the IELTS is the most popular because it's the most realistic. It's also the most practical and one of the cheapest testing systems out there. Okay, so embassies automatically recommend the IELTS, and then the others are just or like TOEFL, for example, or the OET or the PTE. There are many alternatives actually, but this particular test covers 4 areas. There is the so-called written tests, and these are your listening, reading, and writing tests. And there's a speaking test, which is the shortest of them all. This is going to be a one-on-one interview. So luckily, no panel interview for the IELTS, okay? It's gonna be much, much easier than that. And in the next slide, you'll find, guys, the order of the tests. Now, typically, here in NZ, the speaking test precedes all the other tests. So for example, if your goal is to take the test on March 24, then expect the speaking test to occur, say, Thursday or the Friday before March 24th. And on the published test day, you will have the written tests happening one after another. Typically, it's in the PM, you understand? So you'll start with a 40-minute listening test, which we'll discuss in a short bit, and then proceed straight to a reading test, which lasts for an hour, and end with a writing test, which is for another hour. Now, in an actual test setup, there are no breaks in between. So soon after you're done with listening, you go straight to reading and then writing. So part of your training here is to be able to get used to the setup. So you condition your mind and stay or keep your focus so that you are able to survive the rigorous, nearly 3-hour tests in just one sitting. And so that's something to look forward to during our first mock tests next week, okay?